Alright, welcome back. This is another episode of Crusader Kings 2 with Chief Sviatopolk of Novgorod. I'm still in the middle of fighting this war over Italy. I guess I have a righteous imprisonment option for this guy here. Looks like he's trying to kill this young lad here. I'm going to tell him to stop it. Oh, that's my heir is trying to kill some young boy. Lovely. Always good. It's one of the reasons that most of the guides and stuff that I read for this game don't really think it's a good idea to let your heir hold any land or anything, because if they do, they go off and they make all these ridiculous decisions. And then one day your main character will die and you'll start playing as your heir and you will be like, whoa, 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 what is going on? But anyway, so I'm looking at the allies I can call right now. I'm still kind of sieging more of this Italian county. Seems like it's going pretty well though. I'm at 12% war score. Looks like the siege that I'm currently in is going pretty well. So it should be over soon. You can see the red bar just about gone now. Should see a little pop-up momentarily. There we go. Now we're up to 32%. So it looks like another holding we can siege in this county. It's got a pretty good sized garrison, so it's going to take a little bit longer. Checking out how quickly my funds are draining. My wife Stefania is pregnant yet again. As you can see, I've had no trouble in the child rearing department. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but one of them's dead. And one of them is not legitimate. That's what the little black dot on the corner of my first son means. Alright, still sieging. Yeah, it's going to be kind of tedious sometimes, the sieges. But you just got to ride them out. That's kind of how warfare works. Now, another one of my children. I guess maybe I already knew that, actually. I think that was already there when I looked before. It's one of the kind of interesting things about this game is that you can tell that certain things may happen maybe on different threads or something, because sometimes it seems like one part of the game doesn't know something that already happened. Like you'll get told something and you get told something else that doesn't make sense. And then it usually kind of catches up, but I've noticed that sometimes like dead characters and stuff don't seem to so this guy seems to love me, so I don't really see any reason that I would threaten him. Looks like I moved on to another county that I'm going to try to siege. This one has 2,300 defenders, so it'll take even longer to siege down. I'm trying to figure out where this guy is, I think, actually, so that I can try to capture him in battle. So it looks like that little army up there, he's actually leading, so I'm going to try to go to fight that army, and maybe I'll get really lucky and I'll get to capture the guy that I'm fighting. And if that happens, then the war's over. But it looks like I failed. Decided not to threaten the vassal because that was the same one as before, and the guy loves me, so why would I threaten him? You have a new heir. If your character dies now, you'll play as Sviatopolk. No, so my original heir now died. Always a little sad when your children start dying before you. Especially if they have kind of good skills, which that guy had okay skills. I guess in this case, since I'm in Gavelkind succession, I shouldn't be too upset about losing a son. Just means one less person to split all the titles with when I die. Had to appoint a new counselor, looking over everyone's current tasking to make sure that it still made sense to me. And I guess it did because I didn't make any changes. Looks like these guys are going to lose like hardly any morale every day. Looks like the war score is now up to 48% though, so we're getting there. I guess I'm going to go fight these guys now. I guess they're allies of the guy I'm fighting? Not clear. Yeah, I'm guessing maybe they're not, actually. Since that seemed to have no effect on my war score. Maybe they were just rebels that were against the guy that I'm trying to fight anyways. Alright, I'm going to go after this guy's army, because I suspect that he might be in the army. Alright, that helped my war score about 9 points. So that was probably worth it. Nice and quick. Nice quick 9 points of war score. I don't know why I kept moving my armies around. I think once I start a siege, I probably should have just left it alone for a while. Oh well. I guess that's what, hindsight, right? It's always 20/20. I don't know why I was going to say 50/50. Alright, looks like I just borrowed $300, so or 300 ducats, as a Roomba would say, to fund this war. And looks like call to arms from this guy. Looks like I can decline or I can accept because I'm allied with both, I believe. Which is pretty common actually in these Russian squabbles over there. We're all of the Rurikid dynasty, and we're all related, so we're all allies. Actually, I think it's pronounced Rurik dynasty, according to my Russian history professor in college. I think that's actually a lot of the reason why I like to play this particular section of the map. Is because I studied Russian history in college, and I thought it was pretty interesting, actually. I should read more about it again sometime. Alright, this siege is taking forever, but hopefully I stick with it this time. Otherwise, I think that if I just keep moving this war around, then, oh, good, my wife's pregnant again. I guess it's good, though. I get extra prestige every time. I'm probably going to have quite a small realm after I die, because I'm going to have 1,000,000 sons from the looks of things. Oh yes, and this is when I just realized that the woman that or my son's wife, who died, is the woman whose claim I'm pressing. So since he died before having any children, there's no chance that my child is going to inherit this duchy. Which is not really what I had in mind. So now I'm trying to look over some options to see what I can do with this lady. Which right now doesn't really seem to be too much. Kind of gave up on that. This guy still doesn't want to accept peace. I'm not willing to do a white peace, so we're going to keep the siege on, I think. Definitely takes some time. Kind of thinking about calling in some allies. If I called in some allies, this war would probably speed up a bit. I did call in somebody. Looks like I got called into another war. So if we accept, we'll be part of the Russian war for the High Chiefdom of Rostov, High Chiefdom of Smolensk. I fear for my son is too cynical for his age. The options are he's clear-sighted, nothing but the strap won't cure. So I went with that, and I declined the call to arms. I don't really want to be involved in any more wars, especially when my troops are way over here in Italy, and my land is way over there. So if I joined a war, there's a chance that people would start sieging all of my stuff, because I have no one there to stop them. Still kind of looking this over, kind of watching the siege. It's almost done finally. If I'm lucky, this will have a big impact on war score and we can end this battle. I'm not so sure I'm going to get lucky though. Alright, almost. Come on. Yeah, whatever these guys are with the red checkered pattern on the left, it looks like I'm only hostile to them, so they must be some kind of rebels. Maybe that's why I can press this lady's claim. I'm assuming it's a weak claim. And I took the lady who I'm pressing the claim for as my concubine. So I was thinking that, oh, maybe I can have a child with her and then I can inherit these lands. We'll see what happens. Another son. So one more title lost on succession, probably. Got a weak claim I can press for my concubine now. Alright, the siege is over. That only got us up to 69%. He's still not willing to surrender. This war is really dragging on. It's got a pretty big garrison here. Must be the technology level in Italy must be higher than the technology level in Russia, because I don't think the garrisons in Russia are quite this big. I could be wrong though. Looks like the Holy Roman Empire is now formed. You can see Hungary, the Rus Kingdom. You can see Novgorod, my principality, Denmark. Alright, war score is up to 69%. Looks like this siege is about halfway done now. And hopefully soon it'll be done. Looks like consumption is now a problem at the siege camps. That's not good. I can't read what it said about consumption, but I guess the question is the consumption on the inside of the siege or the outside? I guess I have to pray that it's the defenders who have consumption and not I. It's probably the other way around though. Here comes 1,800 allies of mine, so this might help speed things up a little bit. I got a bunch of prisoners. I can ransom that guy for 10 gold. I have to wait for that guy. It's kind of annoying that you can only send one message apiece to each person. I'm not really sure why that is, actually. Alright, the war score is now up to 89%, so we are almost definitely done with this war soon. Ransoming prisoners is a great way to make a little bit of extra money. Especially, the more important the prisoner, the more money you get. Although I usually find that it seems like most of the people I capture are only really worth like 10 gold, so it's not really that great, but whatever. 10 gold is better than no gold. Alright, looks like this siege is about a quarter of the way from being done. Alright. Alright, still at 89%, but the siege is almost over, so that should help very soon. Trying to get ready to offer this guy peace. Hopefully he'll accept soon. He won't accept at 89%. He doesn't want to grant me a concubine, which I don't really blame him. I am attacking him. Alright, we're finally at 100%. I can offer him peace now, enforce my demands. My claim is ended, and my concubine is now in charge. I should have checked out the air a little bit, but I didn't. So, anyway, I managed to win my war way over here in Italy. I don't really know that it was a great idea in hindsight, but it's part of the fun in Crusader Kings 2. You press a claim, expecting your heir and his wife to have children, and your heir dies. And I'll do nothing with that information for now, because it doesn't really do much for me. Yeah. I was going to try to disband here, but because I'm not in friendly territory, it's not a good place to disband. So I'm going to have to march all my troops all the way back to Novgorod. So, all the way across Europe, pretty much. It's okay. I like to see the sights anyways. Because I'm not sure what I'm doing. Just like clicking everywhere. Oh, I wanted to talk to this guy. Oh, yeah, I wanted to swear fealty because if I couldn't become King of the Rus, I figured I should become part of the clan. I figured if I did not, he would just attack me and try to make me part of his kingdom anyways. So I thought that this would probably, oh, this guy here decided to press a claim against me. I just figured if I joined the kingdom peacefully, it would probably save us all a lot of troops and, issues. So, it seemed like a good idea. He accepted me as his vassal, so I'm now part of the Kingdom of the Rus. You can see now that Novgorod is no longer independent.